Hi all, welcome back to Coding World. Today in this video, I'm going to share my journey from software engineer to solution architecture. So in this 7.5 years, what I have followed and how I become the solution architecture, I want to share with you. So any of you who is trying for to become a solution architecture or principal engineer, it might help them. Okay, so let's get started. So I started my journey in 2014 with Yardley as a software engineer. So in Yardley, I was working as a Java developer and a Selenium developer and was scraping the website to and format those data into XML and put into the database. So in that period, I learned a lot of techniques for web scraping, and also I learned new projects using Java. So there I was working for 2 years. I was learning many design patterns, singleton design pattern, facade design patterns, and also about the servlet, web servlet, how web servlet works in heavy loads where you are putting more than 200 requests per second. So that type of load balancing and all I have learned at the early age of my IT career. But that time I was not having a front end back end both roles. So I was working as a back end developer, and I found that I want to become a full stack developer. I discussed with my teammate and my seniors, and they guide me well to become a full stack developer. So I started reading about the front end back end technologies and started giving interviews. So it is good when you are finding a full stack developer to be in a startup company. So I was searching mainly for startup companies and ended with Pelatro. Pelatro was a startup company. I compromised other MNC offers and join a Pelatro. So there, even though I was not having a full stack designation, I was working as a senior software engineer. I started working on a front end back end. That time we was using a GWT as a front end technology, and back end we are using many technologies. So Electro was a telecom company, so there are many lots of user base was there, and we was using a big data such as Hadoop and HBase. So how to, like, I started reading about those technology and become a good in that. So I was doing daily HBase operation and Hadoop operation using a CLI and programming. So yeah, so and backend we was using a fully Java and the Postgres as a database. So there I from this I was always eager and into for the new technology. So it is easy to me adapt new technology, and whenever it comes to introduce a new technology, we was digging through in that, and we was showing the stat how it is useful. So I learned new technologies, and it was a startup company, so I was playing all roles. Sometimes I was doing the QA also, deployment also, and I have written a mini adapter also. So where the data was coming in different format, and we was writing the adapter to convert that data into our specific format. So I was having a good technology stack also, but that time I found that there are some technology which are in market and which I need to be learn. So I started looking for the company which offers me that technologies and all. So I joined Qualys as a full stack engineer, and finally I was a full stack engineer with a designation. So when I joined that company, 80% stack was new, and I started learning those. So I started from the front end. Front end I was working as a React, Redux, Angular, and our basic CSS and HTML. At some time I was using a jQuery also, and the stack was so I was the first member for that particular product, and so I was doing both all things like backend I was writing into the Spring Boot, Spring, and we was using some other technologies such as Elasticsearch, Redis, Cassandra, and your ELK stack also. So I was, when we are developing a product with the first, by doing the first commit, you have to do the, you should know about the deployment also. So I started working on the deployment part also. Like I have firstly I started working on a Docker, and then with the Jenkins and artifacts, we tried to deploy that on Kubernetes also. And day-to-day life, we was doing the Kubernetes tasks. So like scaling, scale down, deploying new images, and all those stuffs we was doing. So I learned a lot of new things, and also we was doing the monitoring of the things which we have deployed on our Kubernetes cluster. We was using ELK stack for the monitoring of the metrics. So Elasticsearch, Logstash, and Kibana also we was using, and we was putting our metrics into Grafana also. So from that, I was working on every new technology which was present that time as a Java developer, for a Java developer. So later, I did work there for 2.3 years, and I found that I need to work on some. My interest gets building in AWS and cloud technology. So I started founding for a company which gives me those roles, and I get the WebShare, and in WebShare I am currently working as a web solution architecture and working on the many AWS technologies such as S3 code commit, code build, code deploy, EC2 instances, and DynamoDB also, and sometimes Lambda also. So all those technology, and in going forward, I will be learning other new technology also. I'm planning to get the certification also. So I want to tell in brief what I have learned and what technology I was focusing. So in a brief, I will focus on front end, back end. Then you have to little bit knowledge about the CI/CD pipeline also. You need to have a good hands-on on data structure also, because sometimes you have to create the system like where the graph is required, where tree is required. All those things comes when you start actually working on the corporate project, enterprise application. So, and also you need to perfect into which design pattern I need to use for which situation. So let's start it with the front end technology. I will recommend you like a front end. There are many technology, but right now most of the market share has been covered by the Angular and then React. You have to be a good enough Flux also, and Redux also, because Redux is a state management system which we use in a React, and side by side some other technologies, supporting technologies such as JavaScript. You can develop anything with JavaScript, but when you are working in those main uh, programming UI programming technology, you need to have good understanding of the React also. Then you have to good in TypeScript also, and your CSS and HTML. So these are the main front end technology. I recommend you guys to be a master in that. And back end we have a long stack. So there I will recommend, if you are, I'm a Java developer. So from my perspective, I will tell you like in Java you have to be good in your Spring Boot, and Spring Boot annotation also. And there are in Spring there are many fields like you can Spring securities is there, EOP programming is there, aspect oriented programming is there. So there are many aspects. I am not going deep into that, but you have to be a good in that framework. And when you comes to the other technologies, such as if you are working in a searching related application, then you have to be a good in a Redis, which is a cache, and Elasticsearch also you need to be good. At least one non-relational database should be there. NoSQL database should be there. Like DynamoDB, you can go with that. Cassandra also you can go with that. If you know any one of them, you will be a good for the designing non-relational database systems. Okay, and you have to be perfect in a uh, design patterns. So design pattern is a major roles plays major roles when you are designing any system, reusable system. So you have to be good in a uh, design pattern also. So and when you are using a when you are working in a big data environment, in that you have to be good in Hadoop, HBase also, and Scala plus Spark also. You should be able to understand. You should be able to work in that, and at least have a good knowledge or good knowledge about the big data also. Okay, and then CI/CD pipelines. When you are working as a solution architecture principal engineer, you should know about how deployment step also, and you have to be know about the process also. So it is better. It's always good to know about the CI/CD pipelines, which is Jenkins, Docker, and Kubernetes. These are the major components comes under that. Okay, so and what else remaining? Yeah, I have covered most of the things from a Java developer as a solution architecture and principal engineer. So if I remember any, I will put another, I will make one other video and I will put those things in that video. Okay. So if you guys feel this informative, please do like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.